So it's about 10 minutes to 11. And this is what, June, 27th or something like that. And the sun is trying to set over there, but it's not really happening at 10 to 11. And we're here at Oma and Opa's cabin in just north of Whitehorse, about 20 miles. So I wanted to do this video of the bikes and the setup. I was going to do this mostly for myself, so that when people ask me questions, especially about this Can-Am, and what we did to it to get ready for the trip and how we got stuff packed. So I was doing it for myself mostly, so I remembered it. But if anybody would care to watch this stupid thing, here's the deal. So the Can-Am, this is a 2016. Not much has been done to it. It's pretty well stock. RT, not the limited, but the RT S, the Sport. So anyway, the only thing I did to this thing in preparation for this, besides oil change, and coolant change, it only had 8,000 miles on it when I got it. So there wasn't much to do except for the basic stuff. So there was a couple mods done to it. Number one, there's the cell phone holder here. I also added a handy USB port here, a double USB port. It also shows the current, state of the battery. So that I added that, and as well as in the trunk, can't really see it. It's behind all this mess where the battery is located. There's actually a fuse block there. So I put that fuse block in and then ran power to, like I said, to the USB charger, as well as to the heated gear connection under the seat. So you pop the seat up and you can pull the cord out. So she's been using that quite a bit. It's been a little bit cooler than we had anticipated, or I anticipated, on this trip. So she's got pretty good use out of the heated gear. And then the tires on this guy, I learned quite a bit about these things. Put 3 new tires on it. The back was the stock tires on the Spiders are good for maybe 11,000, I think. So it needed to be changed. I changed the fronts anyway, even though they probably didn't need it. Kenda is the official tire, I guess, of these Spiders. But it's kind of a soft tire. They don't last too well. And pretty much everybody that rides these things, not everybody, but they're putting car tires on these things. That's what these are. That's still a directional tire. So this is a set of Kumos that a lot of people have had really good luck with. This tire here is a little bit oversized. I can't remember what it is. Maybe I can read it on there. We went through some crap today, so there it is, 75/55 R15. And it's a little bit oversized, but it fits very well underneath the wheel well. And everyone has great luck with these. So I put these on, and they've been perfect. They run very low pressure, like 20 pounds. And that's all you need on these things. So the tires have been great. The other big mod that you can kind of see is the roll bar. There's a roll bar, a sway bar underneath there. I can't think of the name, Ron John or something like that, sway bar. It replaces that, and the links replaces a really kind of soft, spongy feel, and it really stiffens up the front end and doesn't allow the machine to roll as much in turns. It just gives it a better stance and better feel. So that was the other big mod on it. This bash plate right here, this sort of front skid plate, nose plate, was also put on. Sort of just protect the front underside of it in case we got anything low. So I think that is, there was something else I did to this thing. What was the other thing? There's a sort of kind of a notable engineering defect in that the belt, which you can see here, is pretty well protected from any sort of rocks or gravel or anything coming off of the front tire. Those get flung in this way, and it really can't get to the belt and get caught in between the belt and the rear sprocket. And the same way with this tire doesn't really, has shown that it's not really throwing anything towards the belt. However, if you're going to take these things on a lot of gravel roads, which you just can't avoid, even if you avoid traditional gravel roads in Alaska or the Yukon, you're gonna, it's just too much construction, it's too much crap. So the worry is that if you get into sticky situation, and I literally mean sticky, in other words, tar or something, asphalt, you know, some emulsifier, whatever they're throwing down on the road, where rocks can stick to the tire, sling up and over, and then land on top of the belt. So there's a belt, what they call it, the missing belt protector, and it sits, you can't really see it. It sits in between the swing arm there, and it stops anything from getting, that sticks on this tire, from slinging and falling on the belt and then getting sucked into the sprocket in the belt. Obviously, being a belt drive, that's the concern when it comes to gravel. So those are the things done on it. Now, what we've carried on this thing is it's got just a little little glove box here. She's just got some stuff in here. On the back here, we're carrying, in this bag is our tent and our sleeping bag and one sleeping pad. The other sleeping bag and pad is right here. So that's our camping stuff. She's got her clothes and stuff on the sides, maybe a jacket or two, some shoes on the sides. And then in the back trunk, you know, we got some snacks, and her camera's in here. Her heated jacket, an extra pair of gloves, the controller for the jackets, I don't know, passports, just stuff like that. It's pretty deep. It's pretty good space. And then, of course, you know, the great thing about one of these spiders is this frunk. And so right now, you got a couple extra sodas in there, some chips. She has her cover in here. Our bug spray was sitting in here. We had some laundry detergent in here. My little coffee maker, jet boil, Amazon gizmo that I bought for cheap. Our first aid kit's down there. We have a bag of tire stuff is in here. It's two tire kits. Oh hell, let's take a look at it. Set that down here. Let's see. Yeah, two tire kits. One of them is like a plug, like a mushroom plug kind. Another one is more of a string kind. Knock on wood, haven't needed those. And then I also have a siphon, which I'll talk about that in a second. So that's in there. And then, like I said, detergent at the bottom is an extra one of these bags that looks like the one on the back of my bike. And first aid kit, and so this. And then we got this 15 milliliter, so liter and a half, 50, I think it's also 50 ounces, so, you know, pushing a half gallon of fuel. And we filled it up as soon as we really got into BC, where fuel was getting a little scarce. So the idea here is pretty simple. This machine has a 6-gallon tank. It gets somewhere in that 32 to, let's say, 34 range. We've took it 205 and it was fine, but it went to reserve with a half gallon. So I'm pretty confident this thing goes about 220 miles, and that's it. As opposed to that beast over there, the Exxon Valdez, with the almost 9-gallon tank, and that has a range of 330 miles. So clearly the miles, the range issue is here. It's the weakest link. So the idea is that the 1.5 liter gets it another, I don't know, 15 miles down the road. But with the siphon, I can donate 1.5 gallons into this machine if we had to, which we haven't had to do. We haven't even had to use that. So a little bit of, just, I guess, safety in the little fuel cell there. And then I think the combination of these two bikes, if I pulled enough some out of that, about 1.5 gallons, both these machines could get down the road 270 miles, which that should do it for out here. Like I said, we've had an issue once or twice where we've hit about 200 miles. And so we haven't had to use it, but good insurance. So that's that. And then of course my bike is, the 2008 GSA, nothing special. It does have the Owens manual shock on it. We're pretty well set up, like every other GSA out there. This side I've got, well, it's empty now, but I had my computer and bag of clothes in there. We're traveling really pretty light. We only have a couple days worth of clothes. We just wash them wherever. They dry out pretty quick. This side I've got, well, I picked up some Final Drive gear oil. This is the problem I was having. I have a rain jacket, and I have the little puffy jacket, which anybody who rides a motorcycle should have one of these things, right? I mean, these are great liners. I'll talk about that in a second. And then I heated gear, and then a bag of tools. So I have on the bottom here, I don't know if you can see it. I also picked these up. I'll talk about those. So I do have my cover down there. Bag of tools. I bought this little soft bag. It unrolls. It's really kind of neat. Anyway, I bought like some real tools as opposed to the little BMW toolbox that's in here, which, what's in that thing? Junk. So so yeah, I brought some tools. So that's it. We are both wearing the Climb stuff. She's wearing Climb, I think Latitude or whatever it is, and I have the crap, I can't even think of the name of that stupid thing. Climb, the off-road one. Anyway, we decided to forego any kind of rain gear. I used to wear the Olympia stuff. I still have my Olympia gear, which is great. It's great 3-weather. It's got the liner. It's got the wind liner. It's got the thermal liner. But none of that shit's waterproof. And I didn't want to have to take rain gear and put it on and take it off. So I went with the Climbs. That's all we have. We didn't bring any mesh. 90% of the time, I just wear the Climb over a long sleeve shirt. Or when it's colder, I've been wearing just this cheap ass jacket. Those are great liners underneath the Climbs. She's been wearing the same thing, or her heated gear when it got a little bit colder. So we're not carrying any mesh, so we don't have any other stuff to strap on as far as gear goes like that. So I think that's it. What else was I gonna say? What's in here? Spare oil for both different oil on different bikes. We bought some Rain-X. We used it once or twice. Little camp light. There's my little fuel cell for my my coffee maker. We do have the old Frontiersman bear attack deterrent, the bear spray. We haven't used yet. A little thing to clean windshield. And the BMW stupid book, my flask. A little tripod to mount either the camera or the GoPro. A pair of like sort of really thin sort of rubber gloves to wear in case it got rain and all these got soaked. But I did find these in Valdez at this little outdoorsy store. They're called Glacier gloves, and I wore them in the rain the other day, and they're really good. They're cheap, they're thick, they're warm, completely waterproof, and they're a bitch to get on, like all good neoprene gloves. They make different brands, but you can order these. So check out Glacier glove if you're looking for something waterproof that you don't want to get, or that doesn't you know, I don't have anything. I wear these Arrow Stitch elk ropers. I have 2 pairs of them. I really like them, but they suck in the rain because obviously they're just elk skin and they blow. So that was my purchase on the trip for gloves, for waterproof gloves. So, and then the tank bag, and that's it. So the Garmin. So bag of clothes, computer, and that side. Yeah, I think I got it covered. All right, that's it.